Hello, everybody. Hey, I was thinking we could talk about the future, the whole of future, almost, but in only 10 minutes. So start with imagination. Look at this guy. So this is Thomas Edison. 1910, he made a science fiction movie about some magic freaking powder. He sprinkles some chairs, and then he sprinkles it on himself to fly to the moon. No, actually not to the moon, to Mars. So we have the Elon Musk fantasy already there. This is good business. I mean, this is Thomas Edison, the Thomas the inventor. You know what I mean? Why did he imagine such crazy stuff? Well, I think it's because with this power of imagination comes this amazing power of shaping that you have. And imagination is a business activity. Trust me. And you need to ask the hard questions every morning, because this is the question I ask myself every morning, especially nowadays. And it is, what's the future? What is the future? I'll tell you what the future is. Future is an action sport. And action sports work like this. If you feel safe and everything is cozy, you're not doing it right. So if you're playing the future thing, you need to feel that it's very, very wrong before it feels right, because you cannot predict anything. You can only prepare. So let's do that. Okay, let's observe some future scale. These guys are going to space, as I talked to some of you many times ago. Now, 3 years ago, we saw this Psyche thing, which is an asteroid full of metals, 8,000 quadrillion pounds worth, floating around in our solar system. Just in February, NASA gave SpaceX the contract to go and mine it. If you think Caterpillar is not so cool and sexy, well, they're making excavation machines for the moon to make constructions there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And now if you thought that Under Armour is making t-shirts, well, they're making spacesuits. People, think again. What have you imagined? What have you hoped for? Do you hope for living in space like this? Because this billionaire down in the corner, that guy, owns basically all the hotels you ever stayed at. He also will soon own a hotel in space, and is still out there, pays NASA 100-something grand for a photo shoot at ISS. That's cool. Or is it crazy? What's happening? Who owns this? What is the business? What is your imagination? Pussy Riot, a fantastic band and a fantastic art collective. If you don't Pussy Riot, I mean, check it out. They say, if we do not write the narrative, how we are going to explore the space, then somebody else will. What they're saying is, if you don't invent your own future, someone will, and they will hand it to you. You might not like it. Here's the first future articulation. You need to say it. Industrialization of space is happening. You need to say it. Let's go back to Earth and something more close to heart, like data. I love data. You love data. We love data. Listen to this data. This guy is data. His movements, his smells, his how he walks and talks, how he behaves. All that can be tracked and AI'd and everything. Look at this.
Simply, President Trump is a total and complete dipshit. Now, you see, I would never say these things, at least not in a public address, but someone else would. Someone like Jordan Peterson.
Yes, indeed. That was not Obama. That was just his data put in a box, and out of the box comes this. This guy is walking to a restaurant, 2020. I don't think they will open 2020. Shit happened, you know. But if you pee in a glass and send it to your favorite restaurant, I kid you not, and give them also a little bit of your blood and stuff, they will take your DNA, your data, and turn it back to sushi for you. So you put new data, which is food, in your body to change yourself. You get the point. We are living, walking data, and everything around us is that, and we can change everything. This is something you can swallow. This is like a little chip. It measures your body temperature. However, that's changed. 3 years later, that little thing is a computer. And here, the white stuff is the grain of rice, which was the size of the former stuff. So instead of a grain of rice, it's now a grain of sugar or salt. You can put it in your morning drink, and maybe it not only measures data and gives it up to some electronics outside your body, it maybe puts data in your body. With the neurology, 10, 15 years from now, maybe you could put information in our brains. And maybe you can have a startup like this. Drink and learn, German poetry and kung fu. And you drink it in the morning and can use these amazing 2 skills throughout the day. Human history. It's fast. But what I'm saying is this. Never in the human history has the noun been so present. The present been so temporary. That's what I'm saying. So give it a chance to evolve, give it a chance to think. And there's a method to do it. It's not a moonshot, it's a slingshot. Imagine this, using imagination, it's a business activity. That's your rocket. Establish vision, content, and frameworks, how to drive that in your company. Build a path you want to go out on the planet, so far innovation. The horizon 3, 2, and 1. 1 is now, 3 is total imagination. Make this path, shoot your rocket out there. Second step, make this imagination, bring people on board, make them believe that this is something worthy. They should work for that. Take the next step. Now, build this rocket for real. Use the gravity of this imagination and people movement to actually build the services and products. And first then, when you activate everyone, imagination becomes real, you shoot it out. One company, many, many years ago, 1980, said this: we will make a book that is a computer, and we will be connected through some magic radio link to other computers and all the books in the world. This is 1980, okay? So bear with me. This is pure fantasy, fairy dust imagination. So what they built was, these plastic things. Then they built a new one looking like a book. Then they said, hey, let's go to market. Oh shit, this is ugly. Let's try again. And then again and again. And we have a book you can carry around, learning 20 minutes, and all that imagination they have. This is the slingshot methodology that we use at SAP. Please use it. We have sort of a test vision for us. Any solutions and systems will be the most empathic symbiosis between machine intelligence and human ingenuity. And they go to the two sides of this story, all right? And they are driven by intelligences of the work of the future. This is the 4 A's, the automation, autonomy, augmentation, so you become superhuman, and abundance, so total new economies and new business models than you imagine. I mean, this is like an operational data and experience data, XOXO. This is beauty and love of data and humans together. For example, automation could look like this. People do other things when functions come as a service. Business functions can come as a service as much as self-driving cars come as a service. And when the smartest app is the one that makes you smarter, that's the intelligence of you being superhuman, like normal people should be, or maybe human at last, So I ask you this question: why are you relevant 10 years from now? Because if you can't answer this question, or at least try, together, let's support each other, you will not be relevant 10 years from now, and you will not know to whom and with whom. Let me end. The 10 rules of the future, creating the future. You are the protagonist of that story. You need to say it. Industrialization of space, or whatever you want. You need to make us see, make prototypes, make crazy concepts, make movies, make us feel. Future is an emotional space. It's not just a practical and technical space. Conduct this complexity, because it's never going to get simpler than it is now. It's only get more difficult. So conduct it. Be helpful. Be generous with your conduction and your fusion of these thoughts. And if things are complex and moving, and they are in the millions, you need to love diversity. To have one good idea, you need to have many, many, many diverse ideas. So embrace it. And when you think about it, if you have millions of ideas, how can you compete? All of them are unique. I cannot be you, you cannot be me. So why do we even try to compete? But we can complete each other. So move from the economies of competition to the economies of completion. And for that, you need to love change, seek it out. You cannot plan for the future. It's emergent and evolutionary. You can only prepare, and you need to make decisions. Take the chance. It's an action sport. Take that line on that mountain bike. It might be amazing. And you need to love synchronicity. Don't leave serendipity to chance. Now, remember also to have shitloads of fun. Thank you very much.